All right, so good morning. This is Monday morning. Welcome to our podcast, and this is Better Each Day. And what we get together every single Monday and now Saturday at 6:30 Pacific time. Check your time zones for where this works for you. And what we focus on each and every week is positive psychology. And if you're like, Steve, I think I missed the psychology course when I went to college. What are you talking about? What is positive psychology? Positive psychology is basically a field of study that begins with the idea that everyone is looking to try to be their better version. And number one. Number two, if we work together, if we collaborate, if we become the social connectedness that we all know we're social beings, but we really don't understand until you get into the statistics of positive psychology about how instrumental it can be in your life to ensure your success. Give you some examples, okay? I'm going to actually share with you right now in the chat. I'm going to share a 20-minute talk that Sean Achor, that wrote The Happiness Advantage. He's one of the individuals that I follow. He's got a doctorate of divinity at Harvard. And he has now, over the last 10, 11 years, he's written one book 10 years ago that I found called Happiness Advantage. And then 2 years ago, he wrote Big Potential. I think if I understand correctly, following him, he consults with about 100 of the top 500 Fortune 500 companies. And here's the cool thing about this. You'll see him having a discussion here at Google. He's found that if we could figure out how to be happy on purpose, happiness on demand, and yes, that means manufactured happiness. If we can learn how to change our thinking process to focus on the things that will create happiness inside of the brain here, how we think and how we feel in here is how we deal with our world out here. And if any of you studied Stoicism, which I have for a long time, it's one of my favorite schools, ancient Greek schools, is Stoicism's idea is that we cannot control the outside external world. What our creator gave us is the power and the authority to control what's going on inside of us. So what we end up doing is chasing our tails, exhausting ourselves, trying to get other people to act right, do right, or be like us. And what usually happens with that? We get very little reward and we usually wear ourselves out. So what this different philosophy is, if you focus on inside of you, how do you think about things? How do you think about your thinking? So you become consciously aware, situationally aware of what's going on. And when you start thinking about what's going on internally to you, then you realize that you are in control of how you think and how you feel. And those thoughts that are coming through your mind, when you start taking account of them, you're like, wait a second, who created those? Who ordered those thoughts? I didn't order those. And you realize there's something else going on inside of you. We call it alter ego, maybe something like that. But there's something else that's feeding you. And guess what those conversations usually are? If you think about them, they're called self-talk, right? And if you ever decide to take an accounting, and people have done this in academic studies, guess what percentage of that self-talk to yourself, guess, is it positive or negative? How many you want to guess? Jump in here.
Negative, probably. Negative.
It's negative.
It's negative. Okay. Wait a minute. Okay. So why would anybody be talking negative to yourself? Okay. That just starts off with, to me, going, wait a second, there's something wrong with this equation here. But if you understand that the negativity that we're having talking to ourselves is 80% of our self-talk. 80% of our self-talk is telling us, you can't do that. You're not wealthy enough. You're not smart enough. You're not educated enough. You're not whatever, okay? You know, in my case, you know, I was never fast enough. I was just a big guy that could hit you so hard to what we talked about in Texas. We make you go see your grandma, and she's been gone for a long time. So that was Friday Night Lights, okay? Growing up, that's just what we did when we played football, okay? That was the thing that really gave us that machoism, right? When we were young. Here's the point that I'm trying to give you. If we focus on the fact that we're talking to ourselves and we're giving ourselves negative content, what does it take to turn the tide to be happy on purpose? Wow, think about the novelty of that. Most people are walking around living in their own self-talk, telling themselves they can't achieve, they can't win, they're going to fail again. No one likes them, no one loves them, no one cares about them. And if you tell yourself that day in and day out, what do you think your life is going to look like externally? Does that make sense? It's going to not look good. Let's put it that way, okay? And the degree of how bad it looks is the degree of how long you continue to allow this to happen to you without saying enough is enough. So if you grab the link and you watch Sean Achor's, it's 20 No, excuse me, that one's only 13 and a half minutes. It's a great talk at Google called Rework, and you'll find some insights. You can go, oh, this is the stuff Steve's talking about. Yes, except I don't have a doctorate of divinity from Harvard. What I'm good enough to do is go find the people that are what we call the smartest guys at the barbecue. And that's what my grandpa taught me a long time ago. Go find the smartest guys at the barbecue and ask them the question, and then you're going to get a better answer, okay? I don't ask myself the question because I'm not the smartest guy at the barbecue. I just know how to go find the smartest guy. And so if we go find those individuals that are better and brighter, then we listen to their thinking process. What can we do simply to upgrade ours? We just adopt it. We don't have to go through all the educational process and the tens of thousands of hours of expert training and research and experimental and their extra experience. We can just adopt it when we find something that works. So you'll see a lot of the concepts that we use here on Better Each Day is designed to move your performance up by how much? 31%. And how do we do that? Well, we're getting ready to do it right now. It's called the Gratitude Roundtable. And why is gratitude so important to helping you have happiness on purpose? Well, every time you, first of all, collect with a group, okay, being happy by yourself and journaling is awesome. And you absolutely should do it. And it's a great habit. If you do it with a group, you get a exponential return. So when we lock arms together, and there's some other things you can listen to Sean or I'll share it with you later, but he started this with a hospital, a trauma hospital. And at first, can you imagine going in a hospital? A lot of people with PhDs, MDs, very academic, structured, and what I would call unfun environment, okay? They deal with trauma, they deal with life and death. And so they hired Sean to come in. He told them, he got the CEO of the hospital to buy in to start doing a gratitude roundtable, okay, which we're getting ready to do, 30 seconds, start thinking about it. What is something that you're grateful for? And they started doing that. And 2 weeks later, they got them to keep doing it. And they got them to keep doing it. And 2 years later, they happened to be the trauma center that was 2 blocks away from one of the greatest mass shootings that had ever happened in US history, okay? The second greatest, okay? Where do you think all those people came to? They came to that trauma center. And what they said afterwards is that their social connectedness, their cohesion of how they were connected at a deep human level permitted them to deal with this impossible, unimaginable human trauma, okay? So what we're doing is we're creating and helping you create this habit. We're creating new conditioning skills in your mind, just like doing push-ups, just like running your sprints, just like doing those things that are conditioning. We're creating pathways here that are conditioned and stronger. So what? So when you get into those things that life throws you a curveball and it doesn't feel right and it hurts and someone betrays you or you feel a setback in life or all those things that we get, right? That's part of the human experience. How we are conditioning ourselves, planning, preparing, and practicing ahead of the event determines our performance. Does everybody follow me? Okay. Yep. So thank you each for being here. That means that you are focused on becoming your better version so that you can make this a better world. And so what we're gonna do is a gratitude roundtable. What we'll do is each one of us are gonna jump in here. Everybody can pop yourself off of mute. And I'll let you just jump in as you want to. We're trying to keep this to 30 seconds each so we can do a roundtable. And then I'm going to give you 2 other milestone assignments before we finish our 30 minutes. So what we want to do is focus on your name, what country you're from, and something that you're grateful for. My name is Steve Moreland. I'm from the United States, and I am grateful not just to be here with some of the most amazing individuals in this world that I call family. I'm grateful for just the idea of being able to recognize how we can change our future just by changing the way we think inside. That's what I'm grateful for. Who's next?
I'll go next.
Go ahead, Sabrina.
Sabrina Henney, United States of America. I'm really grateful to have known Bob Proctor, and he passed away on February 3rd. And on the 4th, I was so brokenhearted, and he was such a major mentor of mine and had a great impact on my life. And he has given me so much, like a lot of material, like over the years, books probably I would never know without him. And I wanted to really share his favorite chapter on gratitude,
Mm,
but it will take some time. But I wanted to share it. If you guys want to look it up or whatever, it's from The Science of Getting Rich.
mhm.
Chapter 7 on gratitude. That was his favorite chapter on gratitude.
Thank you very much. And I thank you for sharing that with us. And
It's been challenging
mhm,
because he was probably my second biggest mentor of my life.
wow.
So,
Well, thank you for sharing that. Thank you for being courageous enough to mention it, knowing how much I can tell that it's weighing on you. But thank you for sharing that with us.
yeah.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you much. And he is a great man, was a great man, and continues to be a great man. And what's great about him is that he took so much of his content and put it into video and into books. So he's immortalized himself. So he's going to continue to carry on his great insights and be able to touch people's lives. Thank you, Sabrina, for hanging out with us. Thank you. All right. Next, who's next with us that can share with us something?
I'll go. It's
Go ahead,
Linda
Linda.
Barrett from the United States. And today I'm very grateful that for my little sister. She was on this group a few weeks ago, but was traveling to work and couldn't get the mute button to work on her phone. So she was the Elizabeth that couldn't unmute herself a few weeks ago.
Okay.
And she emailed me this morning asking if I was going to be on, and I said yes. And so maybe she's on, I hope so. But she wants to be a part of the family, and I'm really grateful for that. Saturday is difficult for her, but I think she'll register. So she says, well, I can listen to her at other times, but Saturday morning is very hard for me.
Right.
And this time she's traveling on her way to work and doesn't manage the phone very well in the car. But I'm very grateful for her. We speak every day, even though she's in Chicago and I'm on the East Coast.
Yep.
She's my right arm.
Awesome.
So.
Well, Linda, help her with that. If you open up that Google document, just send her that registration form. And
I did that already.
Yeah,
yes,
as soon as she completes that, it'll show up in my system. And then everyone on that list, it gets that blanket email every single week after we complete the masterclass on Saturday. So you can assure her that as soon as she registers, she'll have even the back training. So she can go backwards.
That's wonderful. I actually did do the 7 whys to her. She says, I've decided what I really want to do is I want to write children's books. So I went through the 7 questions and got her down. And she called me later and she says, that was really good. I really appreciate that. I said, well,
that's wonderful.
So that was wonderful.
Awesome. Thank you, Linda. All right, let's go here for a few other folks. Take yourself off mute and share with us your name, what country you're from, and tell us what you're grateful for.
I'll do it.
Come on, Blanca. I can hear you, Blanca.
Awesome. Good morning, everybody. I am Blanca. I am from beautiful Southeast Florida here in the USA. And just like Sabrina did, I am eternally grateful for Bob Proctor's teachings. God, rest in power to this phenomenal human being in the darkest seasons of my life. Mm-hmm. It was a miracle to be at some random doctor's office and pick up a book called The Secret. And that was the first time that I knew about Mr. Proctor's teachings. And it was in one of the darkest seasons in my life. So I am very grateful and eternally thankful to the giant Bob Proctor for everything he did and for everything he still does to this day. And there is a wonderful meditation called Abundance with Bob Proctor. You can get it in YouTube or you can get it in Spotify. Okay. I am doing it every single morning and it's just delightful, and his work is timeless. So there's a lot to be grateful for. And that's it. Thank you for sharing.
Yep,
have a great day.
Thank you, Blanca. And thank you for giving us. I always love it when you share a book, or like Sabrina, you shared a chapter that's really important, and the abundance there that we can listen to. I always love to change up and learn. I follow Vision and other individuals that are in his Mind Valley group, but I'm always looking for other things to kind of add to that and give something else. So come on, someone else, jump in here, take yourself off mute, tell us who you are, where you're from, what country, and tell us what you're grateful for. Helen, I see you turned yourself off mute. Jump in here.
Yes. So thank you very much, Steve. I'll go next.
Okay.
So my name is Helen Kefinji from Kenya, Nairobi, Kenya in Africa. And I'm very grateful that I was able to join this 30 minutes call today. And very timely because this weekend I got a chance to spend a lot of time with family. And so I'm really grateful for family because over the last 24 months, lots of people have lost their loved ones. And when I just think about the preservation of my family's health and we are able to be together, I'm really grateful for that and I don't take it for granted. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Helen. And yes, we a lot of times we do not remember our family to be grateful for them and because we're around them. So sometimes the things we're most familiar of, we forget to stop and recognize it and re-remember, right? So thank you, Helen. Great situational awareness for us to remember to be grateful for those around us. Thank you. Someone else.
Hey, so I'm Philip. I'm originally from the UK. I'm currently in Thailand. And I'm really grateful for the amazing people that I've met today. Completely new people in my life. And it's a joy to meet new, wonderful people every day. Met some absolutely wonderful, wonderful people who have been helping me learn about property here in Phuket, in Thailand, and calling on their experience and their expertise and their love for other people.
Right.
It was just a joy to spend such wonderful time with wonderful new people.
Right. You know, Philip, that's a great thing too. We attract those people that are like us, and when we continue to focus on serving other people and being focused on being a leader by serving first, helping others. Dr. Ivan Meisner talks about it called the giver's gain. And if you haven't looked up Dr. Meisner and that particular, you can do YouTube. That's what I live on there because that's the fastest way I can learn. Great man concept. He's written, I think, 20 plus books. He's head of BNI worldwide, 175,000 members in 10,500 chapters after 37 years. Created this amazing concept, the ultimate version of networking. And he's done it by focusing on not showing up to see what you can get from other people, but what you can give. And you give to those individuals that you create what? You create the social connectedness. That's what we're doing here. This is a networking type because we're networking here about focusing on helping each other, showing up, showing that we care, showing that we're a family, and focus on conditioning our minds toward happiness on purpose. Okay. And so in those events do that as well, but then there's also some other business aspects. This one here does not have a business angle on it. This is simply for us to be our better versions and to make a difference in the world by us locking arms with those individuals that also want to make the world better. And guess what? 1 + 1 = 3. And that's what we do when we're here together. Okay. We make the world better and it matters. And guess what? The thing that I'm going to share with you real quick, because I don't want to run out of time. I want to get 2 or 3 other hear from you. I want to hear from you. But the new milestone that I want to add to your habit pattern is not just starting off with gratefulness, whether it's a one-on-one or a group meeting. Beginning with gratefulness based on Sean Aker's research actually produces 31% increase in your performance because it focuses your mind on not just on happy and being grateful, finding those things that are positive. That's where the positive psychology comes in. But when you do it in a group, not only does the challenges that we're all facing together become 20% smaller. Yes, because it's all about our perspective and our mind. And I'll see if I can bring Brian in here in a second, because Brian is a world-class, he's climbed Everest and I think every other mountain in the world. And he taught me some interesting aspects about how you do these impossible marches up these 1,000-foot mountains and how do you get to the top. He's given me some great insights. The point of the matter is how do we accomplish this? And if we do it together as a group, the way we perceive our obstacle shrinks by 20%. So when we feel that we're doing that big thing in life that we like, oh, wow, this is a little bit bigger than I think I've bitten off more than I can chew. And maybe I'm just going to turn around from the hill and go back down into the valley and be okay with everyone else and just settle for mediocrity. And when we lock arms together, guess what we do? We have the ability to push ourselves further, go higher, and get to those summits that have those amazing views. And that amazing view, that feeling, is when we do it together. Does that make sense? That's what this is all part of, okay? So if you can be here, and I'm going to give you an idea too, if you want to start your own, everyone knows how to start a Zoom. And if you don't want to start a Zoom online, start it at a local coffee shop. If you can do it and still be safe with this whole COVID thing, but start creating a community around you where you give and share, and it has no other agenda other than help other people get through their difficulties in life, to be there for them. And here's the ultimate thing, is to show appreciation. People are not appreciated. They feel like they're alone. They feel like they're by themselves. And when you feel like that, do you think you can climb that big obstacle that's in front of you, that challenge that you feel that's outsized? No. And what we do is, when we show appreciation, we acknowledge people and we let them know that we care. And by doing that, what do? We help people go after that challenge that they almost quit on. We give them a reason to keep going. We give them that motivation. Does that make sense? Okay. So be sure to do that. Be sure to do at least one time a day. First thing in the morning, when you get to your desk in your office, send one email to someone that you have a relationship with, and let them know that they are appreciated. Be grateful for them, okay? One email a day. I'm not asking you to spend even 5 minutes. This is less than 5 minutes. It only has to be 1 or 2 sentences, but send it sincerely. Be appreciative and show gratitude, and watch what happens with the tapestry of your relationship. Watch what happens with the depth of your connectedness. That's the new milestone that I'm asking you to do. So someone else, jump in here. Jump in here, turn yourself off mute, share with us what you're grateful for. Brian.
Okay.
And then Linda.
My name is Brian Smith. I'm from Oregon here in the US, and I'm grateful. Went out for a hike. Steve was just talking about mountain climbing. And this year I had reconstructive knee surgery on blew my ACL skiing last year, and it's been a 9-month recovery process to getting my new knee going again. So I did 4 miles with my wife and daughter on a little peak called Roxanne. It's just a hike here. Steve knows it real well. We went up to the top. The views were perfect. There wasn't a cloud in the sky. Air was clear. We could see Mount Bachelor in Central Oregon. We could see Mount Shasta and Northern California all up in the same spot. So I'm grateful for a perfect little hike yesterday.
There you go. And grateful for those little things. And when you do it with your family, wow, those are the priceless moments. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you.
Thank
Linda,
you.
jump in here, Linda.
I was
Yeah,
already on talking about my sister. Hopefully she's on. That I was so grateful for my little sister.
Oh, yeah.
And how she wants to be a part of the group, and hopefully can in some way, if not just on a replay.
Got it. All right. And there's a second Linda with us too today, Linda Osborne.
Oh, okay.
No problem, Linda.
Sorry about that.
No, it's cool.
Good morning. My name is Linda Osborne, and I'm from the United States. I'm grateful for meeting Steve and the opportunity to be in the group, as well as I'm grateful for the help of my family. We live all across the United States, and we had the opportunity to all get together in early January, and everybody is doing well, which is something really that I'm thankful for in this environment.
Mhm.
So those are the things that I'm thankful for.
Great. Thank you, Linda. I appreciate that. Thanks for jumping in. And Felix, do you have a chance to jump in here with us, brother? Seeing if he I know he's at work right now, and I don't know if he has a chance to jump in here and talk. There you are, brother.
Hello. You hear me?
I can hear you fine.
Okay. It's noisy here.
You're all good. We can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I'm just grateful that just able to just wake up this morning, and God gave me the opportunity to wake up and keep striving and working on myself so I can become a better version of myself. I'm just grateful for another opportunity.
Absolutely. every day. We got to get up and just be grateful for another day. Like you said, God gave us an opportunity, gave us a challenge, and we put our boots on the deck and tie them up and,
Yeah.
and go get it. Get into the mix, right?
Yep.
Absolutely. Perfect. Thank you, Felix. Thank you for jumping in and sharing with us. And I appreciate you, brother. Good stuff.
Thank you.
All right. Anyone else? We got one chance for one more.
Yeah, I'll jump in here, Steve.
Okay.
Michael Schmidt, grateful for grateful for being married 36 years, grateful for having a new granddaughter who's just getting ready to turn a year old. Grateful that I'm taking my wife who's a native Californian to exit the state of California in the next 5 months to Idaho. And I'm grateful to be able to read the basic instructions before leaving Earth book every day, the Bible. And
Yes.
the greatest person I've ever been associated with is Jesus Christ. So I'm grateful to be here.
Thank you, Michael. Thank you for sharing with us. That's going to be a big change there. I think you were out visiting family last week or so, I guess over there. Yeah. In Boise or something. Yeah. Good.
We were in Utah. And we decided
Utah.
we're going to move 5 hours away from them. But
Okay.
it's better a 5-hour drive than an 11-hour drive. So
Right. Okay. Outstanding. All right. Thank you for jumping in. And I appreciate each one of you for taking a moment to jump in here and share from different places around the world. But what we all are focused on is how we become better each day so that we can be responsible for making our world better. So thank you each for the focus. Thank you for showing up, and take the challenge between now and next week. If you want to be on the call on Saturday, great. I'll see you there. If not, I'll see you here next Monday. And take the challenge each day. Send one email. Be sincerely appreciative. Let someone know that they are not forgotten, that they're not alone, and something that you're grateful for about them. And watch your social connectedness. They call it social capital, but that sounds a little too commercial to me. Okay. What I'm talking about is the tapestry of life, the thing that connects us all, human to human, person to person. And let them know that you are that person that thought about them today and took 30 seconds to send them an email. That's it. That's all you have to do. Okay. Take the challenge. I'll see you next week. Let me know what happens. Okay. Love you guys. See you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Steve.
You bet.
Hey,
Take
thank
care.
you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.